called again?
Convincing Idiots.
Convincing Idiots.
Called it ham gravy.
I informed them that I sided with the stat man, not just anyone's opinion, the stat man Brian Fisher.
These kids today.
Jingle All the Way is in fact the best Christmas movie of all time.
I need to get Grandma a present, and my herpes is flaring up. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, yo, yo. I'm the millennial
We're
Santa.
three friends representing three different generations. That's our whole shtick. That's our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nick got the whole poop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing in the sea
Awesome.
breeze, holding a turd, just mightily. I'm just going hitting hats.
Anyway, on a lighter note,
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the broadcast.
Yeah.
Welcome to the first anniversary of Convincing Idiots. As you know and noticed, I said first anniversary because there will be more. Welcome to Ignite Brewery. Welcome to Convincing Idiots. Take two. Audio was unplugged the first time, so we're going to do this a second time.
Yes. Okay.
Nick, do you
So
want to tell us?
that is our Zennial, Dean.
Yes.
What's your name?
Yes.
Brian Gen X.
There we go. It's like we've never done this before. It's been a year, a whole ass year. I am your millennial, Nick. And if this is your first time joining us, we appreciate you viewing this and watching the first probably good 5 minutes of silence where you couldn't hear us. So thanks for hanging in for that if you did that. Also, thanks to everybody here. We got a lot of friends and family out here. Thanks to Ignite Brewing Company for having us here. And so here we are. It's a year in. If you have been under a rock, because this is such a massive
It's a global
ordeal,
live
you can
novel.
find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Also, our email address is available on our Convincing Idiots link tree. That's LINKTREE. Just Google Convincing Idiots link tree, as well as our website. That is convincingidiots@wordpress.com. .wordpress.com. Convincing Idiots at
No. ConvincingIdiots.wordpress.com.
This just in, it is convincingidiots.wordpress.com.
You
That
had
is our
fucking written down
website.
and you still
This
missed
is
it
our
up?
website. Well, we were on for 5 minutes, and
All right, first of all, so
I did it right the first time.
where are we, first of all?
We are here at Ignite Brewing.
Yeah.
We are here in downtown Barberton. So if you're out there and you happen to tune on Facebook Live and you're just sitting around and you've got some free time, come on down and join us. We're going to be here for a little bit. So come on down, have a beer with us, chat with us.
Yes.
Brian, Dean,
Yes.
It has been one whole year.
Yep.
We kind of discussed this a little bit the first time around,
Yeah.
but did you honestly, in your heart of hearts, think that we would be here a year later? Did you think it would last a year?
Well, like I was saying when you couldn't hear me.
Right.
You mean
I'm
this is the
going to act
first time?
surprised that this is all new
Yes.
information.
Yeah, that's okay. First of all, I want to say Ignite Brewing is some of the best beer in town. They really do. So, terrific Oktoberfest
Absolutely.
here. So, really come down. We love the atmosphere here. The service is terrific. Great beer. So, thank you to our hosts. We come here all the time anyway,
We do?
just because we enjoy it. It's not just because of this. So,
Yeah.
please come on down, support local Barberton business. We
It
have a lovely
doesn't hurt that
patio.
the owners are quite beautiful and sexy.
Yes.
He just
Oh,
walked
yes.
away when you said that.
He did.
Didn't want to hear it.
He's blushing.
Yeah. So did I think we'd be here a year later? I don't know. Honestly, I think we started this as a way to stay connected and all of that stuff. But what I was saying, when
Yes.
someone was kind enough to say, I can't hear what you're saying. This all started, I'm going to give a shout out to Keith Porter, first of all.
Yep.
So Keith Porter came up with the idea of having a football show. He approached our brother here off camera, John Cooper, and said, I want to do a football show. I don't know how we're going to do it. We're going to shoot it on Facebook and put it out there. Amy, his lovely wife, shot the first episode. And it kind of progressed from there. So Keith and Coop did a reality football show. And they started to have guests come on. And then eventually I came on that show. And then that kind of got me hooked into podcasting in general.
Yeah.
At least I got to a point where it's like, okay, I think I can actually put a podcast out there on the airwaves. And then we had talked years ago in your backyard about having a
Right.
podcast. And again, it was one of those drunken conversations where we're talking about whatever, something stupid, thinking, this is terrific conversation. We should have this out there. And then years later, we never
pretty
could
highly
figure out
of
this. And here we are. So then
Have you heard us?
we decided we would. What? Huh?
I'm here for it. What do I need to listen for? Go on. I'm there for the thing.
So we got together in my basement as a year ago tonight. So it was
Yeah.
exactly 1 year ago today.
That is correct.
By coincidence.
Yep.
And we shot that first episode in my basement.
Yep.
And then immediately thereafter, You got sick with COVID.
Well, you know what's
Go ahead.
actually the most surprising thing about that
What?
is most people don't leave your basement when you lure them
That's
down.
true. That's true.
Yes.
That's true. I have evidence. Yeah,
I've
that's
seen
it's a, yeah. Don't. Yeah, that's a long story. Yeah. Anyways, you got sick, and then we decided we got to
I did.
keep spread. Yeah, we have to spread out because of the pandemic.
Because he's
that
so
was really
filthy,
hit.
and we have to. Yeah, he's
Absolutely.
unclean. Yep.
And we've been doing it every week ever since on video chat for the most part, and here we are. So,
Here we are.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I'm disappointed more because I really thought we'd be fucking global by now and rich. So,
Well, we are
I-
global. Yeah, we're
global, but we're not rich.
Hi,
because
Germany
this
and
isn't-
Ireland.
Yes.
Those three people across the two.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
No,
We see you,
thought,
Hans.
I thought we'd be bigger, and I blame you two. So, fuck you both.
Well, there we go. Well,
Keep trying. We'll keep trying.
I don't know that I thought we would be here. I'm maybe doing something like this in a year. I think honestly doing it remotely as we had to once COVID and everything really, once you got COVID, and then it was just kind of seemed like the safest and easiest thing to do, all of us having family and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that I ever thought it was going to look like the format that it is of us doing it remotely, but I think if anything, it's probably helped us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like we probably would have, if we had to physically get together every week, there would have been a lot less over
I
this
agree.
past year.
I agree with that.
So, but yeah, it's been a good year. Feels good. We're almost hitting our stride. I feel like any day now, we're gonna hit our stride, and this is going to be tolerable. Any day.
To be serious, real quick, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say that there is nobody I would rather be doing this than at least one of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll pretend that's me. I'll take that one. That's me.
good.
You two fight over it.
That's me.
That's good.
And real quick before we move on, because we do have topics and whatnot,
We do?
it is our anniversary.
Yes.
So,
You already gave me an STD though.
well, I'm going to give you the antidote.
Oh,
Nope, I have got you two something for our anniversary.
new iPads.
Wow.
So,
Thank you.
But it's an iPad.
happy anniversary.
It's a pizza wrapping
Wow,
paper.
this is yeah. Oh, now this is so thoughtful.
Oh wow.
This is so thoughtful. Oh
Well,
my
that
God.
there is
Let's-
an
let's take a
autographed
look at
Dean
that.
Harvey picture frame.
Yeah.
Wow, that is very nice.
I do expect
I think
this
that
to
was
be,
taken today. You're wearing the same picture. You're wearing the same thing. That's
I-
very nice.
We're the same thing.
yeah.
and it is signed.
Oh, it is signed. I was
It is,
gonna say
yeah, it's
it is
autographed.
signed.
Actually, if you'd have looked up,
That's
that's the
good.
joke, because as you two open it up, I was in the same pub.
That's awesome. That is.
But I do expect this to be in the background of your two's.
Of course.
This will hang over the bed that your sister and I sleep in every night. I promise you that. This will hang over our bed, and I will gander at it every night. I will cherish this forever.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is lovely. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, way to one up us. I don't know about you, but I didn't get gifts. I didn't get gifts for anybody.
No, my gift is
being
my
COVID-free.
presence, being COVID free.
I
being-
actually,
that is something.
Yes.
Dean, I got you this Hall's cough drop
There you
that
go.
I brought for you because
There you go.
I
Very
know
thoughtful.
that sometimes
Keep
your throat
yourself.
hurts.
But it's old and
Lozenge.
sticky, like it had been in an old man's pocket. Did you steal it from him?
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Does it smell like
did.
mothballs?
It
It probably is. Yeah, it probably
does.
is from my pocket. Yeah. Don't ask.
I feel like this
Put him
needs
up
to be
there.
shown, but
Yeah,
I can't.
that's okay.
I don't want to mess with the
That's
setup.
all
It's
right.
fine.
That's all right. That's all
They
right.
saw.
So moving on, I just wanted to do that for you guys.
Appreciate that.
You
Thank
know.
you.
Something from the bottom of my heart.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Very good.
Yes.
All right. Well, we since we last shot on Tuesday,
Yes.
we saw a couple of new pop culture things out
Yes.
there. So, Dean, why don't you tell us what you saw recently?
We're doing idiots in review.
idiot reviews.
All right.
Yes.
Actually, real quick,
Sure.
I don't know if everybody noticed, but we did put together a new theme song in the beginning of the show.
Yes, we did.
Still Aaron Blake's theme, so we want to shout out Aaron Blake.
Yes.
Which
Yep.
also his insurance company, which we'll do in a little bit, but it still is his music in that band. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
no, I watched for my convincing idiots in review. I did what was it? What did I say? Oh, the new Wonder Years.
Yes.
The new Wonder Years. I just watched it today. It is a lot like. It has the same heart as the original. It has it's 1968, but it's a African American family, and the writing's really good. I don't watch sitcoms and different situations like that and expect to actually laugh. from the writing, but it was funny. At heart, it was funny. Now, a few different little nods to the original show, so I enjoyed it actually a lot more than I thought it would. So I would probably give it 2 interrupting deans.
2 interrupting? Wow, that's pretty good.
It was really
Very
good.
minimal
I
interruptions.
definitely I put it on the DVR and I'll watch it again.
Nice.
Now, if you haven't watched this much here, to explain the interrupting dean rating.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interrupt. So,
ahead.
if you're new here,
Well, what an interrupting dean rating is.
Yeah. See, that's just like that.
that's exactly what it is. That is an interrupting dean. That is Dean's thing. He's an interrupting dean.
Okay.
So,
In my defense,
See, we can't even explain the interrupting dean rating
go ahead.
without
Go ahead.
being actually interrupted by Dean. Yeah. Go ahead.
the rating system is like golf, okay? The less amount of interrupting deans, the more interested he was, so the better it was.
Right.
Wow, I got
Right,
it.
so a one interrupting dean would be the best rating,
Right.
meaning the dean interrupts the less.
Right.
Interrupts
Correct.
less.
The least, yeah.
At least.
Right.
Yeah.
And I only interrupt because I have a shitty memory, and when a joke comes to me or something comes to me, I have to get it out there or I will forget it.
Yeah.
So,
That way that you can get no one laughing out of the way so that you don't have to use it later.
I'm not happy that I'm sitting next to you.
Brian, what'd you watch? What's your idiot review?
I got hooked on so Netflix has a series, The Movies That Made Us.
Yeah.
Okay, so they just released a new season 3, and of which they had stories on the original Halloween movie, how it was made, the original Friday the 13th, and the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
Okay. So check those out. If you're a movie fan, it's very interesting to see how all these get pulled together. They talk to directors and producers and actors and all that. So just the amazing stories of how these guys in these movies really somehow, with a shoestring budget and whatnot, they have to raise money and just how to put these movies together. Anyway, so if you're a fan of these classic horror movies, go check that out. The Movies That Made Us on Netflix. Also in the new series, there's one on aliens. I saw that this morning.
I watched some of that. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then RoboCop and Coming to America this particular season. So check those out. Like I
So
said,
it's not
for
all just
movie
horror
fans.
movies.
Not all just
No.
horror movies.
Okay.
No,
No, I
they added
think-
more for the Halloween season and stuff.
I would say when it
Yeah.
first premiered, I watched a couple episodes. There was only 2 episodes on like last year about this time.
Yeah.
And it was one on Elf and one on The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
And those are both very good. So they seemed at that time, they just seemed holiday, Christmas themed. But yeah, seeing
Did they do Jingle All the Way?
not yet. You know what? There's a lot of background that goes into making something like that, because when you take into account the cultural phenomenon that Jingle All the Way was and all the people that it impacted, you can't just breeze through. You can't pump that out within a season. That'll probably be a special. That's probably going to be a movie within within itself.
It did impact a lot of people's wallets when it bombed, right?
No, I went a lot of times to see it.
Okay,
I went-
all right.
So if you haven't watched the show much, by the way, or at all, this is a true story. Nick's all-time favorite movie of anything,
Yep.
Star Wars, this is the truth,
Yep.
is Jingle All the Way.
It is a cinematic masterpiece.
with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad.
That's right.
And this is the truth.
We got a thumbs up from the crowd. We don't even have to mention that it was my father, but my dad gave me a thumbs up, and he approved me. Damn
You
it!
can say
So
this
it's a great
with a
movie.
straight
Everyone
face.
agrees.
So
I do. It's my favorite movie. I love it. I love it. Perfect.
your dad and mom are terrific people.
Yes,
Stepmom, everybody in your
Yep.
life seems to be. You had a very good upbringing.
absolutely.
Although I don't know what happened here. I don't know what happened where Jingle All the Way is your favorite movie of all time. Something went awry somewhere. I'm not sure.
I would just like to say that I have met other people that love that movie very dearly. I'm saying
Yeah.
I have, and ever since this show has come out, being as massively popular
Do most of them have head injuries?
as well, I do play hockey with one of them, so I don't know. But as massively popular as this show has grown, I hear from many people now that say, I agree with you, Jingle All the Way is hands down the greatest Christmas movie.
you
there
hear
is.
that a lot?
Absolutely. I've heard it from 3.5 people.
Okay. See, I hear most of the people
I'm going to
say,
say one is a half endorsement.
who the fuck are you
3.5 people.
and what is convincing idiots? But that's nor here nor there.
Right, absolutely. Real quick though, while we're doing the shout outs, we've got people that came out, like I mentioned off the top, we've got friends, we've got family, all of our significant others are here supporting us, so we appreciate that. We have people from all over, but furthest, we have people that came all the way from North Carolina for this evening, specifically for tonight, to see this show.
Yeah.
All the way from North Carolina.
No other reason. Not to visit family.
Nope.
Nothing.
It doesn't matter that it's my dad and my stepmom.
Right.
It doesn't matter that they were coming anyway. It just so happened to be tonight. The fact of the matter is, somebody drove all the way from North Carolina to see this show tonight. It's a big deal.
Could you imagine
The
spending,
guy from Germany's on his way right now, I think.
Can you imagine spending all those hours in a car just to be disappointed?
Well, yeah. Maybe your birth, maybe something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
It's 9 months to be disappointed. That's a rough one.
Yeah. And we have people willing to buy tickets for this as well.
Which
That's
do.
true. That's
We
true.
do.
Yeah.
We had people that inquired about tickets and how much they would cost. They said they would spare no expense. Didn't matter what it cost. Just get me VIP access. And he's here.
Yeah,
Yep, he's here.
Who is here? Why don't you give a shout?
That is my Uncle Scott and Aunt Lisa. They are here all the way from Cuyahoga Falls. So if you're sitting in Barberton or Norton or Wadsworth, there's no
Shame-
excuse for you. Get your
shame
ass
on
down
you.
here. Because these
Shame
people
on
are
you.
here all the way from Cuyahoga
Yeah.
Falls. They were willing to pay for a free event. I wish I didn't tell them that it was free because now I'm going to have to reimburse them. But they're here. They paid. It's good. So.
And I want to take pause again here too. Now you mentioned our significant others and family and all
Yeah.
that.
Oh, good.
Our significant others again. So Allie's off camera here. My lovely girlfriend.
We got
I almost said wife, partner, Robin.
my
Dean's-
partner in life.
That's right.
My life wife, Robin, is here.
And Dean's girlfriend Megan. They tolerate us doing this week after week. They don't get it.
The startled
They
faces
don't
on all
understand
three of
it.
them right now is
I'm
just like.
I'm actually. It's more impressive that they tolerate us in life,
That's true.
Yeah.
let alone just doing this podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's very true. Many people share that same sentiment. Absolutely.
Probably all the money that we're making from this helps, you know.
It does.
Yeah.
It's helpful.
Yeah. So, again, this takes up our time. They don't quite get it's just they listen,
I don't quite get
they
it.
tolerate
I don't
it,
know why.
right? It's just like we talk about it, and then I know that it's like yes,
They're
whatever you
exhausted,
want to do is great,
listening,
and
hearing
we
that.
greatly appreciate that, really. So we do
Absolutely.
enjoy it. And thank you. So, yeah.
For sure.
And
We
out of
love
everybody-
you. We love you all.
And also, out of everybody and everything,
Yes.
I would like to send a special, heartfelt, loving shout out to the beautiful, the one and only Bobblehead Nick. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give
Yes.
Bobblehead Nick a
There he
hand.
is. There he is. Yep.
Yes.
He's here, and he's happy.
He's in the building. He lost a thumb tragically.
Well, you know, transport is
He-
difficult.
He has tragically lost a thumb and now can no longer carry his hockey stick, but he is here.
Or masturbate.
He's dedicated. Well, he's got the other hand. You'll notice that hand is perfectly in position. So
Okay,
it's
good.
Fine. It's fine. So, okay.
All right. Did you watch anything since Tuesday?
Oh, we're still doing that, right?
It's all right.
Okay, I know that.
Give you the
Okay,
opportunity.
so Dean's thing is interrupting. Brian's thing is being really old. My thing is that I don't watch shit. Okay,
That's my thing.
I don't. That's your thing. You have cough drops.
Thank you.
You have cough drops.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's not like
Yes,
mothballs.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm probably over COVID.
I don't
There's
wa-
a 56% chance.
he's pretty,
Right.
he's pretty
that
good.
I'm over COVID.
I guess we'll find out in the next.
Yep.
I'll find out in the next
Yep.
day or two.
Right.
Yep.
No, I don't watch a lot of things except Jingle All the Way repetitively. So this, you got to cut me some slack though. I'm a big hockey fan, right? Hockey started this week.
Okay.
So
All
it's
right.
been all hockey round the clock. So
Even during the show.
yeah, even during the show, yeah, absolutely.
Hold on,
Yeah,
wait.
Sure.
Then why don't you just fucking review a hockey game then? If it's what
Okay.
you watched,
Leafs week in review. We're 2 games in.
they suck. Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
They don't suck, but it's the same. It's just the same, which is
Okay.
very disheartening. It's a very underachieving team. So for my Leaf report, I would have to give them a solid D so far on the season. They're
Oh,
1-1. It's just not enough. So,
So they're getting
of the
like-
hockey
they're
I've
getting like
seen,
5 interrupting games.
yeah.
All right.
Well, what is the highest amount of interrupting games you
I
can
think
get?
we're 1 to 10, right?
Because in this scenario, it's not interrupting because I'm disinterested. It's interrupting because I'm screaming at the TV a lot.
So you're playing my part.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
So yeah, I've watched a lot of hockey and been, it's whatever. I'm gonna watch them no matter what. It's like Star Wars. They can pump out the same regurgitated product to me over and over
And
again.
you're going to watch it.
And I'm going to watch it because it's Star Wars and I love it because I'm invested. And it's the same with the Maple Leafs, the Toronto Maple Leafs. I will watch them. Good, bad. I've definitely watched worse teams, but yeah. But I am nevertheless very grateful to have hockey back. So
There you go.
that is. I get very sad in the off season, so it's very nice to have it back. Feel
Perfect.
good.
Okay. All right. All right. So we've talked about this topic off and on, off camera, for quite a while. More of just a general conversation, a lot.
Sure.
Right. So we've all watched the Marvel movies, right? So terrific storyline. Went up to the Avengers. Obviously, the pinnacle was Thanos.
Now, I saw Iron Man 1. Explain to me the Marvel movies.
It's like superheroes doing stuff and
Superheroes doing
fighting.
They're like helping people cross the street and stuff?
Yeah.
Or like...
Yeah,
I'm going to need more detail.
Okay, we'll work on that. But we know the Avengers movies. Thanos acquired the Infinity Gauntlet.
Sure.
Correct.
Right? And his logic in this movie was that he was trying to preserve the resources of the universe. So, in his logic, I'm going to snap my fingers with the Infinity Gauntlet and randomly wipe out half of existence.
Okay.
At random.
Yep.
So anybody could be impacted. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor or whatever it was, you could be impacted.
Doesn't matter if you're a host of Convincing Idiots
That's right.
or just a
That's right.
random schmuck.
That's right.
Top of the chain, bottom of the chain, doesn't matter.
We're at the top.
That would
All right.
be...
I like that.
Yeah.
That's right. So his logic was, of course, fewer people, fewer beings. Sure.
Right.
You're using less resources.
You're seeing less people at the grocery store.
Sure.
It's great.
Yep.
Love that.
Absolutely. Right. You can get to Ignite. Get a beer quicker.
There you go.
Perhaps.
So is that you slandering the people that brought us in here tonight? You're saying they're not
absolutely
quick enough?
not. No, I'm just saying there's less people. You can get up there faster. All right. So now you have talked about this off camera.
I have.
Where you may agree with Thanos' logic.
I totally agree with Thanos' logic.
Okay. So then my question to you off camera, let's
Yes.
talk about it here, was would you, so now again, it's at random,
It's at random.
right? So you're not a big people fan in general,
Nope.
right?
Nope.
So
So you said beings. Is this people alone, or are we talking
no,
dogs and
well,
cats?
it's
That's a good question.
Like seriously, actually, what happened? Did like dogs disappear when you snapped this?
no, it was people. It was even though that your loved ones might be impacted, would you still, if you had the power, snap your fingers to eliminate half of?
Now, would I do it?
Thank you,
sir.
All right.
You should have brought a bell or something.
The
to ring.
talented
Everybody
Mike
clap, everybody
Chisnell
clap.
there.
Thank you, Mike
very much.
Chisnell, for the
Yes.
beer.
Ignite
Appreciate
partner,
it.
thank you.
Okay,
That's my question.
okay. All right, so would I be doing the snap, or am I okay with Thanos doing the snap?
Thanos could do it. That's fine.
Okay.
But you have the power to say do it or don't do it.
Okay. I mean, because if it's me, I'm definitely doing it.
You're
Because
definitely doing it.
Yeah, because I know that I'm not going to get snapped if I'm doing the snapping.
Okay.
Now, if Thanos is doing it, I'm still going to be okay with it, but I'll take a pause because I think it could be me, it could not be me. So, yeah, I'm totally down with it.
So your son's like a 50-50 coin flip, or Megan's a 50-50 coin flip.
I mean,
It's
there
just-
are just too many fucking people on this earth.
Sorry, Megan. You gotta go. I guess, Lynn, if you're still around, you're next up to hit the record button on Facebook Live, because we just don't know what tomorrow brings. With a snap of a finger.
But if I
Bye,
go,
Megan.
too, I don't feel as bad.
Okay.
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 Anybody could go, including you.
Anyone, including me.
Right.
That's the gamble that I will take, and yeah, I'm okay. Snap away. There's way too many people on this earth.
Interesting.
What do you say?
Looking at you, Nick.
I say. Once upon a time when he cared. Once upon a time when he cared. 10 minutes ago, maybe.
Okay.
So is the question here?
Huh?
Is the question
Okay.
here? Is it the correct decision, or is it? Are we taking? We're taking
decision.
our decision
Yeah,
into
your
it?
decision.
I would argue that right now, ethics aside, would it be a wise decision based on the state of our planet and the things that we do to it? Sure, it would make sense to have less people, because that is a problem. We just can't sustain the amount of people we have. However, could I personally do it and not know the outcome?
Right.
No. I have more people other than myself that I care about, so I would probably have to say no. My hope is that somebody of all these fucking people that are here would be able to figure out something that could, make the Earth sustainable for us. I would just bank on that. So it's like, You know, if we can't fix it, we're all going down together, kind of thing.
But what if it snaps away the wrong people? What if it snaps away the people that are able to do things that you can't do? Or
Well, some of those
you
would
can't
be.
do?
Some of those would be.
Or the people flying the planes. So the short term of the situation is planes are going to crash, cars are going to wreck. The people that stay are going to die from accidents like that.
Jesus, I never even thought of that.
Yeah. So I'm actually now
fucking dark.
thinking about this, where I might change my mind because it may create more chaos than needed to be.
What
It's all random.
What if you turn Mike Chisnell into dust and you have no one to bring you a beer?
Yeah.
Then
That'll be a terrible
Look at his eyes.
then I would cry. I would dust myself. Put me in a little dustpan.
All right.
I don't know if that works. But
Pretty
here's
sure
the-
you're used to dusting yourself a lot. But
It's because I'm old. It only comes out as dust. See, if you get the gauntlet, if you can do the snap,
okay.
you can do the snap, that changes the game. Because you can, it's really in his thought. Because yes, it is part of the Mind Stone. It was his choice to do random half of the universe.
Because that was fair.
Yes.
Because that was the fair thing
Yes.
to do.
But because that's why Banner was the Hulk was able to bring him back, and that's why Iron Man said, "Remember, do not change anything that already happened," because he was telling him to put that thought in his head, not to change the people that came after the 5 years.
Right.
So it is on your, because the Mind Stone is included. So you could think of anything you want. It's not just the gauntlet's not just for killing people. You could do that and everybody gets $1 billion. It's whatever the.
Let's just do that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that would also collapse systems all around the world and banks and everything. But
Hey, baby, rules are meant to be broken.
all right, there you go.
You know, we'll figure it out.
So yeah, if you're wielding the gauntlet, it's a different ballgame. You could choose who goes and who stays, as long as you can think of this group of people not to be dusted. It would work.
All right, so but again, his logic, totally random. You say no, because some people you
I
care.
could not.
Some people you care about, and there's good people
Is it
around.
probably the correct thing to do in the current state of the world?
Right.
Yes, probably. I could not do it.
That's still your same answer? Totally random?
If Thanos is doing it, I'm going to say no. If I'm doing it, I'll say yes, because
You get to pick.
I get to pick.
I see.
Well,
And
if
who do you
Dean's
pick?
happen, then
Yeah.
well, do I trust Dean's judgment? That's a whole different debate
Be
altogether.
nice to me,
Wow.
motherfucker.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
Nobody can see under this table. Your hand. Come on.
Well, certainly the 400 people who's liked our page will remain intact.
That's right.
Absolutely. If we have
They're
anything
staying.
to say about
They're
it.
staying.
Absolutely. Everybody here is good tonight.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if anybody that's even here has even liked our page. I'm not sure exactly. We'll do some investigation.
That's right.
on that. But I mean,
Ryan
for
has
me-
offered to give $5 to everyone who goes out there and likes it right now. So within the next hour, by 9:35, if you like this
Yeah.
page, Brian has committed to me off
Sure.
screen to give you $5.
Yeah, we'll figure
work
it out
later.
We'll figure it
And
out.
Nick is going to choose all of you that like the page to do hand stuff with one of you.
Yeah.
Like Thanos.
One lucky winner.
Random.
Yeah.
They're very soft.
So Brian, what about you? What do you think? Would you do it?
If it was completely random and I could not control it, no, because it'd be too risky that I would lose people that I care about. Right. So
Right.
I agree with you. Is it the right thing to do from a resource perspective? Okay, that's a good argument, but I couldn't do it if it was bad. If you could pick and you have folks that are, even that would be tough. Even if you had to make that choice as far as picking the right people to disappear.
Is it
that's a
50%?
big-
Is it like a hard 50%?
That's what it was.
It's
It was
half?
half.
Right.
So you're
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
dude, like my second cousin, you didn't quite make the cut. It's just
Sorry,
kind of,
Frank.
it's like whatever, you gotta go.
Yeah. Okay, now how about this? How about people who's here tonight?
Yeah. Oh, so 50% you had to.
So let's talk about that.
Let's
right
make a
now.
list
Is
by
it
name.
random
Is
or are you
everyone
splitting it down the middle?
Yeah.
Whoever's here
Save
tonight,
Mike.
We are
have
saving
to-
Mike.
we
Mike was
can-
on my list already. Yeah.
We can
Both
only
Mikes, actually.
keep-
Both
we can
Mikes are
only
on my
keep
list.
half of them.
Both Mikes are on my list already.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, Mike is out, right? Mike is gone, right?
Which Mike?
I'm kidding. I'm just joking. No, Mike, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing. We're kidding. All of a sudden, Dean has disappeared.
I'm
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, right.
I know that.
Yeah. So I'm sacrificing you for somebody over there at the bar.
Yeah, coming soon, a podcast with just me and Nick, and we could finish every sentence. Every sentence we could finish.
Absolutely.
Podcast can take like 30 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
You have to be done with your thoughts and be like, how you guys doing there? You need me on that.
How many non-interrupting Brians would you give this rating? Well, I would have to say, yeah.
All right, but by the end of this show, we'll work on that. We'll give our list of who do we save amongst the.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah. We'll try to get to that topic.
Okay.
We'll think about it.
I like it.
We'll think about it. Do we have any interaction there?
I wanted to actually bring
A lot
up.
of people watching. Comment in the
Say
section there,
something.
everybody. Come on,
We're
join
gonna shit
us.
to talk about. Come on.
I see you're all watching.
This is supposed to be our
Join us.
off night because we always think of things to talk about, and this is supposed to be the night where you're supposed to
So
pay
we got
attention.
That's
more
right.
stuff.
No, what I actually wanted to talk about was I went back, just out of curiosity, I went back and listened to our very first podcast that we recorded 1 year ago
Yes.
today.
Yep.
And I would like to make that my idiot review, if I may.
Please,
yes.
go ahead.
Yes.
And we talked about, what did we talk about on the first episode? What was it?
We talked about Star Wars.
Sure.
Because that was one of the most central themes that bind us all together. We're all Star Wars fans.
And oddly enough, it's the least thing we talk about anymore.
Well, I think we just went so heavy on it at first that we didn't want to. I think we, because we did. We brought it up a couple times. And we're like, we don't want to. I remember saying, well, I did. We said over and over again to reiterate that this was not a Star Wars specific podcast.
Right.
This is just our pilot, and this is what we wanted to talk about on the first night. So it was. Yeah, we listed all of our favorite Star Wars movies in order.
Yep.
Of all 9.
We ranked all of them.
We ranked all of them. We went over
about all
things
of
that we
them,
liked,
described.
things we didn't like.
It
It's
took
actually,
2
it was
episodes.
2 episodes, yeah, because we went for like 2.5 hours or
Right.
something like that.
I was freaking drunk as shit by the end.
Yeah, well, Brian kept giving us whiskey.
Yes.
So
Bourbon, actually. If I
that's how
remember
he
correctly.
lures you into the basement.
Yeah.
He gives you the whiskey first upstairs where it's nice and the
Mhm.
wallpaper's not peeling off the walls.
I didn't
and then
feel
down
it.
the rickety wooden steps you go into the basement, and then there you stay.
I didn't feel anything he did to me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
He did a lot.
That'll be a bonus Patreon episode. Yeah, saving that.
If I had to give our review, I would have to say it was clunky at best. I don't by no means am I saying that we are seasoned vets at this, but like it's definitely encouraging to see what we sounded like a year ago versus now. If you actually want to laugh at the show, like for real, go back and listen to the first episode. It's fucking awful.
And it's not.
It's really bad.
But you're not laughing at it
Like it's worse
as
than
a
this.
joke.
Yeah.
You're laughing at it as in how awful we were.
It's very clunky. Everybody's kind of stumbling over each other with what to say.
So what would you give it?
Interrupting Deans?
Yeah.
I'd have a lot of show notes.
Right.
I would have a lot of show notes. I'm going to say eight interrupting Deans.
All right. That makes sense.
It wasn't bad for our first ever.
Wow.
It wasn't bad for like zero scripting, no rehearsing. We just met in your basement. We're like,
Did it.
let's go.
Yeah.
So given that, it wasn't that bad. I wouldn't give it a full 10, but definitely needed some work. It was an 8. It was an 8 interrupting Deans.
All right. We have a question in.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Miss Amy Cooper's asking, what are you guys going for Halloween this year?
Ooh. Are you divulging that information?
I don't think I can. I don't think I can give that information because I'm coming here for the Halloween party, and which is the 29th of October,
Friday.
starting at 6 p.m.
Yep.
There will be a contest, costume contest.
Okay. Did you win that a couple years ago?
I did win that a couple
I
years
think you
ago
did.
as Bob Ross.
There you go. Yep.
I will not be Bob Ross this year. I've chosen another bearded character to come as. That's all I can give. I'm sorry, but you have to come here Friday, 6 p.m., October 29th, to find out what I come as. All right?
In my experience, you always come as Dean.
And quickly if you're involved.
There you go. Brian, what do you think?
Well, we're probably not dressing up this year. So, there you go. Done.
You can come as a younger man and take the hulls out of your goddamn pocket.
Yeah, I don't know. Still a lot going on. Obviously I got sick and everything, so we're probably not going to go out this year.
Brian's health is rapidly declining, so we're very concerned about him, actually. So
Yeah.
we're just trying to keep him in good health. Actually, getting him outside in the cold air, not a good idea. So we're just going to keep
If
him
there's a
inside.
nurse out there watching that wants to, kind of take care of him, come walk him around, and maybe we can dress him in his little jams.
Yeah.
Give us a shout out. You're here in the podcast or the Facebook Live here.
Yeah. Are you dressing up this year?
I will be because
Yep.
Dean's son Carter here is having a birthday party. So not to give you a non-answer, because if I had one to give, I would, but I am undecided. My go-to is always I have the Blackhawks jersey that you gave me, and I bought a Wayne's World hat and a wig, so I go as Wayne Campbell from Wayne's World often when I have nothing else
to go to.
So Wayne Campbell's always on the table from Wayne's World. So party on. That's always a good one.
Well, we have some comments here.
Okay.
Because we didn't really answer the question.
Oh, look at that. It's 5,000 comments saying they can't hear us for the last hour. That's great. Fantastic.
We have
mics plugged in, you idiots. Yeah.
Actually, my father commented with just Abe Lincoln with a question mark. Dad, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I think he'd like you to be Abe Lincoln.
Oh. I think you can go as Abe Lincoln.
Sure.
I didn't say Abe Lincoln. I said Abe Lincoln.
I think he was guessing Abe Lincoln because you said you weren't giving it. So I think he's guessing Abe Lincoln.
Okay.
But he wanted you to go
Abe
as
Lincoln.
He wanted you to go as the post-play Lincoln, I think is what he was referring to. I believe. We get the
That's
message.
actually a pretty good costume.
We get the message, Mr. Harvey. Yeah.
All right, and then we have John Hogue just saying, "Let's go, Brandon."
Let's fucking go, Brandon. Whoever you are.
You know what that means?
Nope.
All right.
Brandon, whoever you are,
Fucking
there,
Brandon, let's go.
fucking go.
Yeah.
Let's go, Brandon. We support you.
John Hogue's probably drunk, I'm guessing.
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's go,
Here you go,
Brandon.
John. And
Attaboy.
Brandon.
Okay.
So, Abe Lincoln, I think you could pull Abe Lincoln up. Actually,
could
when
do Abe Lincoln.
he said that, I was thinking Barry Gibb would be a good one for you.
Ooh,
I like that.
Barry Gibb.
I do like having my shirt unbuttoned down to here.
Absolutely, you do. Absolutely, you do.
I
We'll
can't do
get
the
you a
voice
nice
like you do.
medallion.
I can't do the voice like you, though.
Maybe we'll hook up some sort of speaker system where I will be doing the voice for you.
I like that.
Ooh.
I like that.
And what would you say?
Hey, everybody. My name is Dean Harvey. We're here for the episode of Convincing Idiots. Doesn't not Bill Company. All right. That's something like that.
Okay, let's talk more about that. You talked about the first episode. Okay.
Yeah.
So, your outro of Barry Gibb is
Yeah.
one of my favorite moments of
Mine too.
all the episodes.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Other moments over the last year
Yeah.
that stick out to you guys as far as we did some of this on the 50th episode a little while ago, but maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't. Probably most of you did not see it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
some of your favorite moments over the past year, whether it be a show, whether it be a segment or something like that,
Yeah.
that stands out.
For me, there's so many jokes that I told. It's just hard to pick one.
It is hard to pick one.
It's like picking your favorite child.
It's hard to pick. It's hard to pick a single joke.
No,
Yes, I agree with you.
I can't recall
that's not what I'm
anything
saying.
joke-like or in the vein of funny that was said in the last year.
No, God, that's not what I meant.
That's what we're saying. Let's just put it out there.
Okay.
No, I'm
A bunch of
go
mean
ahead.
fucking boys. No, again, the Barry Gibb, hands down, is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
The outro to the Barry Gibb.
Thank you.
And it's not only, yes, I mean, how funny that is, but I think it was one of the first times you and I both together lost it. We couldn't hold it together.
Yes.
Recently, Barack Obama outro,
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
fantastic.
That was all thanks to Brian, because Brian apparently talks like Barack Obama. So
Yeah.
that was
Yeah, if you
good.
didn't see the outro,
good.
I tried to get Nick to do the outro as Brian, and apparently, in Nick's brain, Brian and Barack Obama sound the same. So
Yeah.
it kind of morphed into and turned into Barack Obama.
Yep. Yeah, for me, I don't know. There's been a lot of things that stuck with me. The Millennial Santa thing is always a favorite of mine.
Yo.
I just think the Millennial Santa was one of my favorites. It was just funny, and it just stuck with me. Because you do look like a Millennial Santa Claus.
Thank you.
If you didn't listen, this was, we're going on a year ago, because that was in
Christmas
December.
episode, yep.
So,
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Actually, there's the answer for his Halloween.
You should just be Millennial Santa.
Millennial
You are
Santa.
Millennial Santa.
Just get like a red
Yeah.
leather jacket.
Sure.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
like it.
He offers you Starbucks when you come up to sit on his lap and things like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Halls,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Halls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a e-cig or something. E-cig and a Starbucks for the millennials when you come up. You know, I like it.
Cotton candy vape.
Yeah, absolutely. God kidding me. Millennial Santa was a good one. More than anything, the thing that will stick with me the most is being emotionally scarred by the scolding I was given to Dean when I tried to help him give a segue. into a Blake Insurance ad
Okay,
read.
all right.
That will stick with me forever. I don't know that I'll ever fully get over what that did to me emotionally.
Millennials have very thin skin. All right.
So, no, honestly, like, joking aside, my favorite thing through the last year or moments are the things that we have found and kind of made our own, like the certain little things that we draw off of our individual personalities, like you with the Millennial Santa, and then you just kind of took that and went with it, or the interrupting Dean thing that's just like your thing to interrupt, and that's my favorite part, really, as far as I think watching this last year progress and seeing us kind of embrace it. Like I said, going back and just listening to the first episode, it was so damn clunky and so awkward, and like nobody knew how this flow was supposed to go and what the format was really supposed to be, and we really ran with that whole top 5 thing for a while.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. Our very first episode, we ranked our Star Wars movies, but then for a while we were ranking things. We ranked at Halloween time our favorite scary movies.
That was going to be our thing.
We ranked our favorite fictional presidents. We ranked our favorite, I don't know, we ran with that for a while until it felt kind of like the more off the cuff we went, the more comfortable. I don't know how it comes across podcast wise or viewing wise, but the more off the cuff we go, the more natural it feels to us, like we're just talking to each other, which is probably this in its best form.
Sure.
Well, yeah, that's, yeah. Nah. Brian's like, nah. I'm still really gonna could use some structure sometimes.
Brian goes to bed at night. Brian goes to bed at night just muttering shit about lists
over the topics that he didn't get in.
List,
I can't believe they didn't rank it. They talked about all these things and they didn't rank them. Yeah. So, the dead air is one of my favorite things too.
Right. And this is how it goes typically. I ask a question, I get the answers. Do they come back to me? No.
I did the last time, dude. I was thirsty. What, Brian? What's your opinion, man? The millennials are entitled, right? Nobody asks what I think. Nobody asks what I think. Okay, Brian.
No, but I'm with you. I like just of all the episodes.
My favorite thing is the best thing to come when anything has to do with a list.
I agree. Yes. Anything with a list.
I want Mount Rushmores of how awesome Brian is.
Right. Exactly. No, the Convincing Christmas, that was one. And then as we talked prior.
Was that the one I was not there for?
Oh, that was the Millennial Santa.
Ham grade.
Convincing Christmas was the Millennial Santa one.
Okay, all right, I was there. Okay.
And then we had a couple different episodes was just you and I, and then a couple episodes with just Dean and I, just a different dynamic and all that.
Yeah.
My all-time favorite still, I believe, was the Convincing Christmas. That was just all the topics we got into and just the Christmas spirit and everything we were feeling.
Yeah.
And the Millennial Santa, all that was good.
We were all very drunk and emotional at the end. It was very nice.
That's right.
Just go back and listen to that one.
That's right.
The most recent 9/11 one. Not a bad episode,
right?
But it was very
somber.
Somber, yes, that's a good way to put it.
Right.
So probably not our funniest episode.
No,
but
the one before that is probably my favorite episode. I don't even remember if it's, but I know it was right before that.
Right.
And I remember going like, man, that just everybody clicked and flowed and whatever. That was my favorite episode. It's really great advertising. If this is your first time listening, and I'm telling you what the best episode is, and I can't even tell you what it's called.
It's not the current one that we're doing, but yeah,
it's the one before Serious Idiots, whatever that one is. I think that's what you named it. But,
right.
Yeah, that was my favorite episode. It felt like everybody was hitting their stride, and we were all just, cracking on each other. It was fun.
We got another question.
Yeah.
Sure. When will this stop?
Yeah. That's from Mike Chisnell. He wants to know when we'll leave.
When are you guys leaving? Yeah, you are deterring business at this point.
From Mike Powell, we have, is Chewbacca Bigfoot? I've heard this.
Interesting.
I've heard this theory before.
Now, I don't, Mike Powell, I don't know if I know this Michael Powell, but if I had to guess, I would say he's very handsome and at one point in his life has had blue hair. If I had to guess.
Mm-hmm.
The name sounds like he's well hung. That's all I'm going to say.
Absolutely.
In
well, to rock blue hair confidently, you have to be.
Yes.
You
That's
have
true.
to be.
That's true.
Absolutely, no doubt.
It's banging around his knees like a knife in a mayonnaise jar.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, speaking of
so is
I don't even know how to
Chewbacca
call
is Chewbacca Bigfoot? No.
No.
Maybe in the Star Wars universe in some respects, but no, definitely not.
Here's an argument.
Go ahead.
Are there Wookiees that we haven't discovered yet?
Yes. Let me explain. Okay, so in the Raiders of the Lost Ark, we all have seen the hieroglyphics where they put R2D2 and 3CPO.
Nope, C-3PO.
C3.
This guy doesn't even fucking like Star Wars. I've been doing this for a year with this guy. He doesn't even like Star Wars.
Okay.
Like, it's just whatever.
No, all right. So there's the hieroglyphics of those two on, right?
Yep.
So in theory, they are in this universe, in our universe. So, what stops Chewbacca from being part of that crew that came here? They see him, or maybe they leave one of the Wookiee species down here on Earth, and that is what Bigfoot is.
I see.
I'm just saying, logically, in the theory, it works.
Sure.
I'm not saying I believe it or that canon, but in theory, it could work.
Yeah.
All right. So of all the lists that we did, what was your favorite list? No, I'm kidding.
Anyway, back to the regiment of listing.
Yes.
Listing things. Go ahead, Brian. Brian.
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
I value your opinion,
Thank you.
and I want to know what you think.
We have a
So,
breakthrough here.
before I say what
A
I
live
wanna say-
breakthrough. Yes. Go ahead.
I want to know
Go ahead.
what you think.
About what?
The question.
Amy Cooper said Brian graduated with Lincoln.
Thank you. Thank you.
So if you
Yes.
if you can hear me
Yeah.
and you still understand what I'm saying to you, and you can hear me what I'm saying to you right now,
Do
I
it
want to know what
twice.
you think.
Who are you?
I'm your millennial.
Okay,
resident
thank
millennial. I care about the older people of this generation. I would like to know what you have to say.
I appreciate it. About what?
Before that, I'd like you two to speak
Do
up.
you
so
think
the mics can catch
Chewbacca
everything.
is
No, I don't.
or is no?
Yeah. No. No. Maybe in a different.
And that, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
was the whispering portion of this show.
That's right. That's right.
You just whispered to him. Huh? I couldn't hear you. But they can't.
Anyway, Brian.
We have an audience. They paid good money. They paid good.
I know they paid.
They paid for
solid
tickets for
Yeah,
this
they
thing.
paid.
And
They paid.
you're whispering. They can't hear
Oh,
you.
that is.
They need to hear you.
I'm projecting.
Project
So
from the
this is-
diaphragm.
We're losing viewers. They're dropping right now.
Yeah, because they can't hear.
Brian, what do you think? Do you think
Right here.
he doesn't think? Okay, so you don't think you don't.
No.
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 So
See, I like this doing it in person. We can touch each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think that Chewbacca was based off of obviously a Bigfoot
Okay.
Sasquatch character because
Actually, you know what? What he's based
I mean-
on? This. I think this is, if I recall correctly, Chewbacca is actually based off of George Lucas's dog. I think at the time. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Saint
All
Bernard.
seriousness.
Correct.
No.
No, he's right.
Because he had the long hair or whatever it was, and
Yep.
it was a reference point for George Lucas to create that character, Chewbacca, off his. Well, and if I remember
it
correctly,
looked a little differently in the original drawings,
right.
but yes, it was based upon his.
And I'm pretty sure his dog was also named Indiana, which is where they got Indiana Jones.
Correct.
I think we talked about this in a prior episode.
And then that is
little
where
known
the
fact:
joke-
Indiana is also a state in the United States.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes, believe it or
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Why do you even do this?
I think. I mean, I'm sorry, but like when you fashion, I mean, sure, we're long hair taken from the dog, absolutely, but I can't help but think that this giant hairy character that wears nothing but a sash and a man purse is based off of a Bigfoot. It's a giant, like it is.
Well, when
like
you
a Bigfoot.
describe it like that, you could say it's based off Brian.
That's true.
Because not many people know when we're not doing this podcast, all the clothes come off and he just wears a sash. Now it's not the bandolier that Chewbacca wears. It's it's a pink sash that says bride, but I don't know where he got it. I don't know where he got it, but that's what he wears all the time.
Yeah. To Allie's dismay. Poor thing. Poor thing. Especially on the front porch. She's like, "Can you just not wear that on the front
At
porch?"
least
We're
on the
sitting
front
out
porch.
here?"
Come on.
Yeah.
Your wave is beautiful, though. You have it down. I can't do what you do, but it's beautiful.
All right. So we talked about some stuff that we saw. We talked about some stuff that's coming up.
Yeah.
Anything you're looking forward to?
An erection.
Well, so's Megan actually. It may not be with you,
First I thought that
but
face was to you, and then I realized you.
She's like, no, I'm not
I'm not
looking
exactly
forward to
sure
that.
about that. But, No, but stuff that's coming out, whether it be coming up recently or sooner than later, or stuff that's coming out next year. So, what are some movies, pop culture, shows?
Question.
We have a question before that. Go ahead.
Nope.
please.
Blockage.
Question.
Go ahead.
No, you have
question.
one, dipshit.
You could grab the phone and look.
Stop trying to get me to grab stuff that's yours and just read the question.
Don't tell me what to do.
Anyway, let's
see what the
come up with a
question
question.
is
Okay.
All right.
Reading's hard.
No. I got to scroll. There's so many people part of this group. I have to scroll through a lot of this, man. All right. Oh, okay. My father. Again, Dad, thanks for watching. Seriously, what about you all's favorite cowboy?
Oh, Emmett Smith. Hands down.
No.
Emmett Smith.
No.
Forever.
No.
Number 22,
No.
forever and ever, Emmett Smith.
No. That's not what he. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about like it.
Has he got to be a quarterback? Because there's Troy Aikman.
Horsey. Cowboy.
Okay.
Cowboy.
Okay.
All right.
Not.
I'm
just a cat.
gonna have to think.
Oh,
Emmett Smith
lose.
wasn't a quarterback. What's your favorite? I'm gonna have to think on this. I don't have.
All right. Go ahead.
My favorite cowboy character,
Sure.
Clint Eastwood. Actually, it's sort of.
But it's
Go
got to be a
ahead.
character. It can't be the actor. And he's Clint Eastwood's not an.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Cowboy.
Favorite cowboy character in the movies.
Emmett Smith was an actual cowboy,
He
dude.
was a Dallas Cowboy football
He
player.
played for the Cow. He was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys.
So, okay, I'll clarify. So the Clint Eastwood character, the man with no name, in the fistful of dollars, a few dollars more, and then the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Okay.
Okay, so he just had that look about him. And this is back when Clint Eastwood, his first movies, literally. These were spaghetti westerns they made over in
Sure.
Italy, right? He just had that look. He had that cigarello, the squint, and he had that poncho. And I've talked about this maybe on prior episodes and all that, but when he flipped that poncho around and exposed his guns, you know that was your ass in those movies. So, and my dad liked those movies growing up, so I got some exposure to those early. But
Okay.
The Man with No Name, Clint Eastwood, some of the most badass cowboy character
Okay.
of all
That's a
time.
good answer.
Nice.
Yeah,
And oddly enough, when Brian also exposes himself, you know it's your ass.
that's right.
So for me,
That's right. Flip that
I-
poncho around.
That's right.
I flip that sash around.
it's very
Yeah.
rare because, like we said,
That's
he's normally
right.
naked with the sash.
That's right.
My favorite cowboy is going to be, Wider Tombstone.
Okay. Sure. Yep. Kurt
I mean,
Russell.
yeah, when he hits the dude in the face with that's beating on the horse,
Yeah.
when he punts out Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
I mean, when he's walking across the river shooting everybody and doesn't get shot. No, yeah, he's the most badass.
Kurt Russell looked the part.
He
yeah,
did.
he was a really badass in that movie.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Or Kurt Russell in what was the Tarantino movie? Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight. Right.
He was badass in that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nick.
For me, you said cowboy character.
Okay. Yeah, I did.
So a Western cowboy, like that type of guy. Yeah.
Why can't it be a space cowboy? Like
Okay.
Han Solo?
All right.
Han Solo. Han
Okay.
Solo.
Fair enough.
He was a space cowboy
Who did
character.
the song? I was going to make the joke, but who did
Yeah,
the song?
so,
Space Cowboy,
call me
call me
Space
gangster of
Cowboy.
love.
Now, do you know any Western cowboy character in the movies?
Other than Dirty Harry, like no, I mean not really.
So your westerns is one
No,
thing.
never
Okay.
watched them. Never watched them. Yosemite Sam's a solid pick.
Ah.
Yep, we got Yosemite
Yeah.
Sam. We
He
have
could shoot himself up in the air.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean that's like
That's impressive.
That is like a space. It's like it's
Yeah.
got a jetpack, like based
Yeah.
on.
But he was racist.
Well,
Yosemite Sam was racist?
Okay,
Go ahead.
for the simple fact of when he would yell, his cursing would be "you cotton picking."
That's
And then they would
sometimes,
go
I guess,
into-
Yeah. Okay.
okay,
All right.
I could
okay.
hear it. Yeah,
I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's questionable.
what does it stem from? That's all I'm saying.
I retract my statement. I do not endorse Yosemite Sam anymore. No.
Okay.
I agree, Allie. Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday. Same
That's good.
vein.
Yeah, that's good.
Badass
Yeah,
movie.
Tombstone, Yep.
Yeah, he definitely a close second in that movie.
John Cooper says Mongo.
Ah,
Mongo.
Mongo from Blazing Saddles.
Oh yeah, Thanks. yeah.
When he actually,
Give me a second.
I believe the actor.
He was a football player.
He was.
Yeah.
Was it Emmett Smith?
No. He passed away recently, but I think he actually, there's a scene, he punches a horse and knocks the horse down in the movie. I think he actually hit that horse, and that was, you wouldn't see that in the movies today probably, but Mongo only pawn in Game of Life. Yes. One of the best lines of that movie.
Very good.
Yeah.
Great movie. Couldn't make it again.
No. Probably not.
No.
Although they should be able to. But
Yeah, it's because his generation.
yeah.
Blaming it all on you tonight.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so whiny. They complain.
You're complaining by saying that. They're whiny. They complain.
That's a valid point. Maybe it's me.
It is you. Yeah. You have the problem.
I don't think I like this. I retract it. It's Brian. It's Brian's generation.
Yeah.
I see. I don't. It's gonna be a whole other conversation here as far as.
I mean, that's a
concerned.
huge. That's an episode.
Yeah.
So, okay. So here's a question for you.
I think my
we-
generation
we-
is very tolerant, but at the same token, we're just like, we
I
just
think
want to be left
you're
alone.
very tolerant from
We're
your
left
generation.
just
I don't
leave
think
it.
your
I agree
generation
with
is
that.
super tolerant.
I've heard a lot of people in your age.
I'm not
range,
saying
your
that everyone
generation.
of a certain age isn't, but I think you're one of the tolerant ones.
You
there are
actually
many
might
of you.
be you might be the last generation, and I'm not saying you,
Yeah.
but you're the last generation of the people that will say, back in my day, this was better. Back in my day,
Okay,
we
do you
used to
think
be
we're gonna
able
do that?
to-
Are we gonna not we? Because you're fucking way older than me. But like, am I gonna do that someday? Are you gonna
Yeah,
do
of
that?
course you will. Of course you will.
Probably.
No,
I just haven't got there yet.
Oh, okay. Let's
But-
talk about.
no,
Because
no,
I'm by no, I
but
mean,
what
I'm going to be
saying-
34 years old. I'm by no means young. Like to what an 18-year-old
Definitely not.
thinks of the world is not the same probably as me. But
what I'm saying in that, I'm not saying is in just in general. You'll say, "Oh, and back in my day, the music was better." No, I'm talking about social situations. You will complain about
things being different,
Yes,
Let's talk about
things
that right now.
changing.
So, right now already, or maybe you can envision yourself as you're older. Okay.
right.
What are some things from your generation, right, that you will look back, or maybe you already
I'm
are.
imagining I have a beard, like a fully grown good beard when I'm
Now,
older.
that will
so
never
this is
happen.
the-
Of course, for
This
you.
is this
That's
is
okay.
obviously imagined.
No, but just you might
It's
already be
happening,
thinking
though.
it, or it's something you can envision in the future where you're talking to your grown children
Okay.
or
Okay.
maybe grandchildren.
Okay.
That this in my generation was better because of what? Like, I can tell you, I'll start, okay? Just for instance, for
Okay.
me as a kid, all right, this is before the era of total connectivity, right? So that we had no smartphones. I didn't have there wasn't even an answering machine when I was a kid. Your answering machine was like your mom or somebody that would be kind enough to
Take
write a note
for you. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you
Hello,
were
everybody, give me Klondike 5.
something, it was close, right? But it was you. If you just weren't home, you weren't there. You didn't get a message, right?
Okay.
And so if you wanted to go out and find your
Are you
friends,
about to make the argument that that was better than today?
in some respects, yes. Okay.
Because you looked out for each other.
well, it was like,
I'm gonna do that.
but it's like if you wanted to hang out with your friends, you would literally get on your bike
Ugh.
and ride down to your friend's house and
Like with
maybe
your fucking legs?
like Cooper was one of those friends for me. So if I didn't know if he was home or
Even
not
when
home.
it was like hot outside.
Okay. Huh?
Even when it was like hot outside.
Yeah. But we also didn't have all the, it was even before video games,
Ah.
and cable, and all that. And you would actually
Did you
go
like
out.
turn channels with a dial?
Yes.
Gross.
I was the remote
was
control.
Too. Your
for a
dad,
while.
you'd sit there and your dad go next.
Oh,
Luckily, we had less channels.
I'd be upstairs, and my
Oh,
dad
yeah.
would say, "Brian, come down here," and I would come down. He would
Yep.
say, "Turn the channel."
You,
That's the truth.
no, that happened for us too.
Yeah.
Don, I know you're listening or watching.
No, but it was just,
We were
listen,
his,
it was just
remote.
before that total connectivity. You went outside, you played with your friends, out in the street.
And you were a servant to your parents.
Well,
That's how it was.
I'm just saying, but and then it was just different.
Servitude.
It was just different. I mean, we would go out, and my parents would say, "You just knew, either when the street lights come on or whatever it was, you had to be home, right? or you had to be within and this is also the truth, or you had to be literally within shouting distance of your
Right.
parents to
My
shout
dad,
and
my
come
dad
in.
could whistle
Oh
loud.
yeah, I got that whistle.
Yep. And you come running.
If I heard a whistle like that right now, I would be afraid.
Oh yeah.
Like, what? I gotta
gotta go
be somewhere.
Gotta go. My
or
dad,
something like
actually,
that.
my dad just commented and said,
Yeah.
back in my day, kids
Yeah.
behaved better. Now, are you talking about
Yeah.
back in your day when you were a kid, or back in the day when like your kids were younger? Because back in the day when your kids were younger, I was him, and no, we weren't fucking better.
Well, that's what he's saying. I'm sure. That when he was younger, before you guys, I'm sure that's what he's referring to.
And that is one of the things. Like I said, it's my generation this, my generation that. All kids are
And
shit.
they didn't have the news when he was a kid. So, like, you wouldn't even know what kids were doing bad stuff.
You had to walk by the cave wall to see what was just chiseled. You're like,
Your dad-
oh no,
well,
Crunk has a new goddamn beard.
Let's be fair. Your
News
dad,
at
your
11.
dad probably had a ticker tape or something at
Right.
least. You know, something like that, probably. But
All right.
so wait. I mean, we have a question, but I want to come back
we
to
do
this
have the
topic.
next question after.
But let's
we're
come
done
back to
here.
that topic.
Okay.
You answer the question first. I want to hear from you guys what you think will be better.
What will be?
You can answer the question first, or come back to this
No,
topic. I'm just saying.
I'll finish
Go
my
ahead. Go ahead.
answer.
Go ahead.
What is going to be better?
What will you say was better to Carter when he grows up, or maybe your grandchild? What was
Okay.
better in your generation?
I know there's
than the
probably
kids
going to be
have?
something, but I want to say nothing because life keeps getting better. We're always to the minute, to the second, living in the best day, living in the best time. I know people say like 1968, the turmoil that was going on in this country. But look at the progressive years, or all the years before that. We're shitty. Like math, art, science, everything just keeps progressing.
Yeah.
So regardless of like how divisive we are as a society, we're always getting better. It may seem shitty, but we were always getting better. So, to answer your question, nothing. Because hopefully I will understand and realize that it is better. That progression is good. That the progression of society is good.
I'm going to wave at myself and see how long it takes for me to see me waving down here.
First time on camera.
It's going to be a minute. Yeah, it's going to be a minute. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, thank you. Ooh, whiskey.
Oh, hey.
my
Here we
God.
go.
Look at that. What a gentleman.
Thank you.
Oh, dude, thank you. Appreciate it.
Cheers,
Thanks,
thank
man.
you.
Look at that.
Yeah.
He got me. Oh, you already. Okay, thank you. All right, cool. We're
Thank
taken
you.
care of here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Now the show's going to go to a whole other level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before
Yeah.
that happens, let me just say my thing.
Yeah.
So far, so I have a 10-year-old and about to be a 6-year-old at home.
Yeah.
The thing that concerns me the most, or that I sometimes catch myself feeling old about, is that, like, and it sounds weird for the millennial on the show to say this, but, like, I feel like the thing that I will say was better when I was a kid that we're slowly losing is privacy.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Okay.
I think it's great that people connect. I think it's great that people find people
do
that
that.
feel alone can find people that also feel alone and maybe try to understand that they're not alone. That's fantastic. But I think with that, the flip side of that coin is people feeling the need to put everything out there and be completely open. And I don't know if that makes me an introvert or whatever, but like I think that I value privacy a little more than that.
So you
Not to the
don't
fact
appreciate
that
when
I-
I send you a picture of my penis?
That's not my privacy.
Okay.
So
All right, fair enough.
I will accept those from
Sure.
you. Always. Always. You do you.
Okay.
Don't ever stop being you. I will
Okay.
take those.
Fair enough.
But no, I just think like, kids today, like, I mean, the thing that makes me feel the oldest is our kids like both have like YouTube channels and stuff like
Right.
that. And that's like their form of like what we did with like Facebook and Twitter, because they don't have Facebook and Twitter accounts. So like,
Right.
I realized that like my son and all the kids that he goes to school with have their own YouTube channels. And it varies. Some of them, with help from parents and stuff, we do
Right.
skits, we do little things like that. Sometimes it's just them talking about a toy that they have, or like showing off a video game or things in their room, whatever, which is great. That's fine. It's a way for them to connect. But
And some of those
feel
editors have more viewers than we do.
they do, yeah. I'm
That's true.
pretty sure my oldest son
rotten
has more
kids.
subscribers on
Yeah.
YouTube still than we do,
Yeah.
but we'll work on that later.
Yeah.
But no, I just feel like that's the thing that makes me feel
Good
old.
job, guys.
I think
Mike just booked our kids to do a show here. Damn it. You lost our
Yeah.
gig.
Yeah.
But no, just the
It'd be more
privacy
entertaining.
thing. I think
Yeah.
the privacy thing is the thing that, as it goes on, I will find that I think I value that more, and I feel I guess I'm protective around my kids, that I don't want them to feel the pressure to put everything out there all the time and feel that. So already, I mean, the privacy factor is lost, even amongst people my own age, like people that some people, not everybody, but some people spare, no opportunity to let everything about them go out there, just looking for someone to, talk to them about it or whatever, which is fine. If you need that help, that's good, whatever. If you need that camaraderie, it's just, I guess, the way my brain works. But yeah, that's the privacy factor.
So that's worse.
So, I don't say it's worse. It's just to where I think maybe going forward, the way I see it, maybe it's me aging, and that's back in my day, back in my day thing.
Yeah.
Privacy is being a little bit more diminished than it used to be. So, I mean, but there again, if it helps people, I mean, you absolutely should use the tools that you have with social media to connect to people and things like that. That's great. It can work in great ways.
So your father-in-law.
Yep.
Just wanted to give you a shout out.
Yeah.
Say, Nick, your father-in-law says you're a great father.
Aw, thank you, Donald Harvey. You're a great father. Thanks for raising Robin. You did a great job. I love her so much.
You got one right, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knocked that one out of the park. Thank
you
you.
met her?
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your dad too? Did he tell you you're a great dad?
Whatever.
So what was the prior question, please? So
Whatever.
Why isn't Dean a better dad? Is that what it's saying?
Actually, let's do it.
where did I fail?
Thank you, Mike,
Mr. H.
Mike Gisnell.
D.
Absolutely.
Harvey.
Appreciate
Again,
it.
this is to ignite.
Actually, you know what?
Thank you.
Mike, please come over here to the side. You have to stand here.
Dude, there's
just
like
to
10
cheers
people
with us.
watching this, and then like 15
One-
more right here. It's fine.
One of
Like,
the
it's not a
owners
big
of
deal.
Ignite Brewery.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
The shot.
Cheers. Thank you, Michael. Thank you
Thank
for
you
having
very
us.
much for
We
having us.
appreciate it. Yes. Cheers, boys.
Jesus criminy.
Mm.
Wow.
I remember when I first took my
I'm
first
sipping
shot
it.
of whiskey.
It's not a shot.
Easy, girls.
Holy cats. All right, so we got about probably 3 or 4 minutes left of the show after these guys chugged that
All right.
whiskey.
Well, one of our loyal listeners,
Go ahead, please.
John here. Jesus. From the parking lot.
yes.
Favorite lesser known or non-Marvel DC comic book movie?
Oh, wait. Who's this?
Favorite
John?
John Halchin.
Lesser known or non-Marvel? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Non-Marvel or DC?
Lesser known. Sorry, say it again.
Well,
Say it again.
Favorite lesser known or non-Marvel DC comic book movie?
because he said
Lesser
or.
known DC, but not DC or Marvel.
Right.
Okay.
Mine's easy.
Now, does it matter that if it wasn't shown as DC or Marvel, but it was a Marvel property initially?
Go for it.
Howard the Duck.
Are you serious?
Dude, it was so awful and cheesy. It was awesome. I loved it as a kid.
That's one of the worst.
The sex scene between Leah Thompson
Wow.
and the duck, it did stuff for me, man.
That's horrible.
Things moved.
Terrible. Terrible, horrible movie.
Bestiality is actually legal in the state of Ohio, just so you know.
Don't mind your own goddamn business. That's what you should do.
I know what you're going to say, I think.
Yeah, it's hands.
Spawn?
Yeah, because it's actually, if you include everything, it is my favorite
Bullshit.
character. Spawn is my favorite. Spawn is my favorite
Bullshit.
character. What?
Goddamn Jingle All the Way is about an actual
Turbo Man?
superhero. Come on, man.
No.
It's
No.
non-DC
Okay.
and non-Marvel.
I
But it's not a superhero.
enjoy Turbo Man.
Okay.
Okay, do Power Rangers count then? Because
Yes. They're superheroes. So no, let me go.
Okay.
I'm going to interrupt. I'm going
Okay.
to interrupt
All
because
right.
I'm going to go.
That changed
My
it?
favorite non-Marvel, non-DC superhero is Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way,
Jingle All the Way is not a superhero or a character.
but the movie's about a superhero. So,
So who's the guy?
Turbo Man.
Okay, didn't think you could get that out, even though I just said it. All right, fair enough.
Go ahead,
So,
Nick.
yeah,
What is
now
your
you
actual
tell us who's
answer,
better than
please?
Jingle All the Way.
We're not talking about movies here. We're talking about our favorite characters. I would be remiss if I did not say, if we're not including comic books, it would have to
Nope,
be
that's actually a movie. Comic
a-
book movie.
It's a lesser known
comic book movie. Okay,
movie,
fine.
not DC or Marvel.
So it has to be. It's our favorite comic book movie.
Yes. But not
that is
quite
not
lesser known.
So sure,
Yeah.
Spawn again. Spawn.
Okay.
1997 Spawn. There's a new one coming out, slated for I think 2022.
All
I
right.
think it's supposed to be out next year. Jamie Foxx will be playing Al Simmons, Spawn. But Spawn's my favorite comic book character ever. Period, hands down. It's always been Spawn. It's always been McFarlane. Always. And McFarlane co-created Venom, which is my favorite Marvel character.
Right.
So yeah, everything that the Todd father does
similar.
is alright by me. But yeah, Spawn definitely hands down is my favorite, non-primary comic book character and movie. Because honestly, to defend the movie that came out in 1997, at the time it came out, if you go back and watch that movie, the effects were like top notch.
Sure.
Now they're a little silly,
Right.
but it's not a bad movie. I saw it maybe like 6 months ago. I watched it.
Okay.
It was fine. It was good. Okay. What about you, Brian? Because I don't want to not ask you your opinion, and I care what you think.
See?
What's yours?
Learning.
Yep. Millennials. We're about growth.
Learning.
Growth.
I have a couple in mind. They are DC properties or Marvel properties, but they're lesser known characters.
Okay.
The Watchmen. Okay, so
Okay.
that is based off a graphic novel from like 1984, I want to say, 84, 85, 80, somewhere in there. I was in high school when the original came out.
Okay.
And they released a movie version of that graphic novel a few years ago now. Probably, I don't know. Anyways, a few years ago. Very dark superhero universe. So
Right.
basically, in this universe, superheroes are banned from being able to fight crime. They have to kind of do it more on the
Gotcha.
down low, I guess, if you will. And so some of these older superheroes kind of in this novel come out of retirement to go back and fight crime and stuff like that. It's very dark, and these characters are clearly flawed in some very nasty ways in many respects and all that. So the movie was very, very true to the graphic novel. So if you are a Watchmen fan, check out the movie. If you're not that familiar with it, read the graphic novel before the movie, watch the movie. But just long movie and all that, but just very. And the other one I had on my mind was Blade.
Okay. Yeah.
They are going to reboot that with
Okay.
a new character. But at the time,
Do they know who that's going to be?
yes, I can't.
Because you got to be
recall-
careful with that. I feel.
No, yeah, but I can't recall the actor's name. We'll look it up here. But
Okay.
at the time, this was before superhero movies were really. This is definitely well before Iron Man, and before the
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man movies. Actually,
Yeah.
is Tobey
Well,
Maguire.
X-Men was like the first big one, right?
X-Men was the first big franchise to kick off.
Right.
Blade. I think Blade was out.
Blade was before X-Men. Absolutely.
Yes.
It was
So
like
that-
90, like late
It was
90s.
a surprise hit, and without movies like that hitting it big,
Yeah.
some of these newer superhero movies that really took off probably wouldn't have happened. So Blade is he's part,
1998.
thank you. So he's part vampire and human. So what it was, the storyline is based on a comic book character. So his mom, she was pregnant with him. She was attacked by a vampire in the story and didn't make it. And he was born, but he absorbed partially some of the vampire's power. So he's sort of a hybrid, if you will,
Yeah.
right? And he decided, I'm going to go out. And so he has to fight the hunger, but he has a vengeance against the evil vampires and all that. So if you've not seen the original Blade, Wesley Snipes did a great job in that movie. Go check that out. There's a couple sequels that are but the original terrific movie, Blade, and Watchmen.
There you go.
There you go.
Boys, I think we've more than taken up our time here, haven't we?
Yeah, translation. I'm really feeling this whiskey, and I'm not feeling that well. Is that right?
I'm feeling great.
Dean has to poop. We're gonna wrap this up. So now, again, though, I just want to say to everybody that's here, which is I'm not gonna big time it and act like there's a ton of people here, but to everybody that came out
Yes,
here,
thank you, everybody.
we appreciate it. Thank you guys
Cheers.
very much. We
Yes,
appreciate
thank
you
you.
guys. Thank you, friends and family, everyone, loved ones.
Was
Mike for having us. Ignite, everyone. This was fantastic.
One more question. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We got another question.
All right.
Comment. One more comment, please.
Is there a meet and greet after this? And are we able to get a picture of Dean and his signature?
Of course.
Well,
Of course.
come
Of
up
course.
and find out.
Actually, we've been saving this poster board right here. If you come down to Ignite Brewery, we will all sign this. And if you're the first one here to give us $200, it's yours.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that's a bad
It's
deal.
a pretty great deal.
Yeah,
Because-
before we take off big time.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, like,
Mhm.
you know, the price of this is going to skyrocket. So
Not bad.
you're getting that on the ground floor of this. It's going
That's
to
a
be
deal.
great. It's going to be great. Yep. So,
Well, yeah. So again, thank you for your support out there, and
absolutely.
guys.
Thank you if you've watched it all. Actually, not even just tonight, but at any time in the last year that we
Well
have done
appreciated.
this. If you've listened to one episode, if you've liked any of our pages, any of that stuff, just supported us in any way, we appreciate it. If you're seeing this, hearing this in any way, we appreciate everything. So thank you very much. And it has been a pleasure to do this with you guys for 365 days.
I made it a joke with the picture, but I honestly do want to thank you guys.
Cheers,
This has been
boys.
fun. Every week we have a good
Look at that,
time.
Brian with the Stein. And I love how Brian, of course,
That's how
Brian
it
has
was.
the biggest Stein.
Right.
Brian knows how to drink whiskey and
Right.
sips it instead of shooting it.
That's right.
Just great. It's very good. It's very fitting.
Fuck
I
Brian.
appreciate it. Yes. And
Wow.
Brian appreciation.
No, that was an offer.
Moment. Brian does all of the editing,
Yes.
the recording. 99% of what you see online from Convincing Idiots is from Brian, unless
Yes.
it's Twitter or Instagram, which is sucks.
Scarce.
So we appreciate everything
Yes, thank you,
do.
Brian.
Last year,
Cheers to Brian.
I have no doubt if Dean and I had started a podcast 1 year ago today, it would have been closed for about 6 months. We would have been done.
well,
So thank you. I appreciate
even
that.
even if
Not that we wouldn't have wanted to.
No, even
just
if
the drive
we could
wouldn't
have
have been
gone
there.
on.
Yeah.
We could have done it every week, but we'd have had like 2 listeners because we'd have done no
promotion,
or
nothing. Yep.
nothing like that.
Yep.
We'd have just recorded it for us.
We have all these recordings. We don't know how to post it. We don't know how to do
Exactly.
anything. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you for everything.
Well,
Yes, thank you.
seriously,
My
pleasure,
seriously.
my pleasure. I
Thank
enjoy
you.
it.
Thank you both. It wouldn't be the same without any.
What are you thanking me
review.
for, though?
I don't know. Just you're
Good
fucking
question.
here, and that's cool. And like, you let me touch you sometimes, so I appreciate that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. To many more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To 1 year and
Thank
many
you.
more. Thank you. So, wrapping up, we are Convincing Idiots. We can be found on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, our email account. All of those things can be found on Convincing Idiots Linktree. Just Google Convincing Idiots Linktree, LINKTREE. Also, you may visit our website. That is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. You can also ask, thank you, your home assistant device to play the Convincing Idiots podcast, and they will bring us up because guess what? We're the only ones. Not the best ones, but the only ones. So, for this episode of 1 year of Convincing Idiots, I am your millennial Nick.
Brian, Gen X.
Zennial D.
Have we convinced you to deal with 1 more year of our shit? Thank you guys.
Thank you. Good night.